smells hot in here. Hi, it's Oma.
Shreya.
Flynn.
Kellic.
And I'm your DM, Ethan. Welcome to Venture Forth. Previously, you all had traveled south from the town of Marstock, hoping to make your way around these mountains to the town of Direhand on your way to Oakenspire. You guys traveled up and around a mountain range and came down through and came across this outpost, sort of this waypoint in between the two mountain ranges on either side of you. And in order to pass, you guys brandished your forged note that you guys had, and after a little bit of wordsmithing from Kellic, allowed you guys to pass by with no issue. However, on the way, you guys saw a family in distress, a father and a mother who was pregnant with their little girl, and they were not allowed passage. They were turned the other way, and as Kellic determined that the mother was very pregnant, they decided after a little bit of discussion to go back and actually help these people through the mountain to get to Direhand. You guys caught back up and began your journey into the mountain, where you guys were able to stealthily make your way past a group of sleeping hook horrors and make your way into this massive cavern, the remains of an ancient forge from dwarves that had buried deep beneath this mountain. You guys began to travel through this cavern, but noticed some strange things, some giant metal constructions on either side of you, and within each of these forges, a sleeping fire giant baby. As you guys attempted to leave this cavern, the fire giant mother appeared, and very angry that you guys were disturbing her children's slumber, seems to be very angry at you guys and trying to attack. So, with that, the family that you guys are traveling with, hidden underneath one of these giant tables alongside Oma, Shreya having threaded this rope in between the banisters of the stairs that the fire giant was coming down, and Kellic right at this fire giant's face as it slammed into the ground in front of you, spilling its drink of lava. And Flynn, off in the distance, waving his sword around right by one of these little babies' cradles. That is where we're going to pick up. So, with the fire giant just having tripped down these stairs and landed at the feet of Kellic, Oma, what would you like to do?
Can I run past her?
Yes, you can. You would be able to, make your way around the fire giant and up the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna run and then dash.
Okay. Okay, you are able to make it up onto the upper level.
Do I see the exit?
You do see the exit. It is right in front of you.
Cool.
Next up in the initiative, Kellic.
I'm just making eye contact with this thing. I've just healing worded my arm that was hit by lava. I'm gonna look over to Val and Dora. Is that right?
Yes. Dura.
Dura.
D-U-R-A.
And just like wave them to follow Oma to safety on the other side of this thing.
The fire giant is prone.
It's prone.
Yes.
And okay. I'm going to bane it.
Nice, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Debility. And that is a 16 charisma save.
16 charisma save. Okay.
Charisma.
Fire giant's charismatic.
Hope not.
We will
This
find
one
out.
is a diva.
Yeah.
That's a 4.
Yes.
So the fire that makes up its hair begins to get more and more ashen, and soot just starts to spill out over it, and it is now baned.
Nice.
Okay.
And then I will chill, I guess. I'm just gonna maintain eye contact with this creature, and that's the end of my
Not
turn.
gonna run?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually, I am gonna run because it's prone. So that's
Mhm.
does that is disadvantage on opportunity attacks? Is that how that works?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna run. I'm
Good.
gonna try and go circumvent it to get up the stairs.
Okay. As you are attempting to run away, it's going to reach down to its leg and grab a flaming dagger. Swipe at you, and that is going to be
Bane.
Oh,
with
Bane.
Bane, so that's
And
minus a
disadvantage.
d4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's huge.
Oh, that might just save it. Oh, that was a 4 on the Bane. So
No way.
that's an 11 to hit.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm gonna stumble as it just goes over my head and just hoof it out of there.
All right. You want to move as far away as possible?
In
what direction?
Oh, yes. I'm gonna go. Scheiße. I'm actually gonna go. Let me go around it on the other side. That Olma did. No, the opposite side.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to be in range of Flynn, still sort of. And I'm gonna. Yeah, that's great.
30 feet would take you right there.
Can I go one back and can I break its attack range since I took the attack of opportunity anyway?
Oh, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. You want to
That'd be great. Yep.
break out
Yeah,
there? Okay,
That's perfect. Thank you.
All right, next up on the initiative, Flynn.
While I'm at this cradle, what do I see around me? Are there more cradles with crying babies? Are there more giants waking up?
You can see at this point just the 5 forge cradles,
Okay.
and obviously the fire giant. But that's all you see right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wave my sword around and maybe just hit the side of the forge like I'm kind of attacking it, but not really. It's like, I'm gonna get you, baby, something like that.
Okay.
Just trying to persuade this thing to come over here.
You say what?
I'm not saying it again. I'm gonna get you, baby. I mean, it's a disadvantage and stuff, but I'm just trying to get this thing's attention to come over here.
Yeah. All right.
And is that an action to do that?
I'll say that's a free action.
Okay, cool. Do I need to roll for persuasion or anything?
Either persuasion or performance. Next up is going to be Shreya, so if you want to start thinking about that.
Well, they're both crap because I'm not crap. Disadvantage 3.
Okay.
How's a 3 do?
You will see how a 3 does. Shreya.
And I will hold my action to run on the horse. I will hold my action to dash
Gotcha.
if it starts coming towards me.
Okay. Shreya, what would you like to do?
What's my time check on?
You have, I'd say you're probably coming up on an hour 45. You have
Great.
10 to 15 minutes.
I am going to. I have more movement. I'm going to rally the. Well, I suppose as a wolf, I'm going to say I don't know if this falls under pack tactics or what, but I'm going to try to quote unquote shepherd the family and
I
try
love
to get it to follow me.
Okay.
So I'm going to loop back around, look at them and wince and pat my paws on the ground as I go a little bit forward and motion my head to the side and attempt to get them to follow me toward the stairs on the opposite side of this fire giant where it's fallen.
Nice.
Okay. Now I get to decide what kind of roll that is.
Yay!
I'm just going to say that's a persuasion check.
Awesome.
Ooh.
That's an 11.
Okay. It seems like they know what you're talking about.
Cool.
So you run over
It's
to
the
them.
only people who do.
That
Yeah,
was,
I know the first successful communication from Doggo Shreya.
Finally.
Yeah, so you use 15 feet of your movement to walk over towards them, and then you want to start bringing them back over.
Yes, toward the corner of the stairs. We're going to try to do what Olma did, basically.
Okay, so you're able to pretty much bring them along with you towards over towards the stairs. Perfect. Okay. What's Fire Giant going to do? Fire Giant is going to get up. It's going going to use half of its movement to get up. And yeah, it's just going to start dashing over towards Flynn.
Yes.
So use half of its movement to get up. So then that is going to be... So it makes its way about halfway towards where Flynn is.
Oh, God, it's close.
Right there. Okay. That is what it takes its turn doing.
Could I use my reaction, my held action?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to dash farther away.
Okay, in what direction?
If I could start looping around, it's like a ring, right? So
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep riding the horse around
Okay.
as it gets close. As it gets to there, I'm like, okay, and I'm going to start going.
Gotcha. Okay. Next up, Oma.
I'm going to run towards the exit to the hallway. And
Okay.
so I'm going to be standing just inside the hallway, and I'm going to hold a chaos bolt at the giant if it looks like it's getting in too close to Flynn.
All right.
To kind of distract it is my
Nice.
goal.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I run my hands together and I start to create the ball, and I'm just holding this warbling mass. I'm just holding a warbling mass.
Okay. Kellic.
Okay, I am going to undo the bandage on my hand, on just the front of my hand, and tense up the muscles in my arm and my hand until the scar on the center of it becomes an opening that ashes are just pouring out of, and I will aim that at the fire giant, which I believe it's in range. Let me check my range on this.
Currently, it's 45 feet away.
Okay, then yeah, we're good.
Yes, we do in fact mean you harm.
Not quite.
Oh.
I'm going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Oh.
Okay.
JK.
So that's a 17 to hit.
A 17 to hit. It looks like just a bunch of ashes,
It's
right?
at first it's like a billowing cloud of ashes, but they gradually condense into a one beam of ashes that are just flying at lightning speed. At this
Okay,
rate.
and
so
as they
cool.
do, you hit your target spot on, but a piece of armor, a shoulder piece of armor on this fire giant just deflects your blast right off of it and
Right.
does not hit.
Okay, well, I'm gonna. Where's Flynn?
Flynn is down by the forges beyond the fire giant.
I'm good.
I'm just gonna turn and join up. I'm gonna go to the stairs, scurry up to the stairs, and extend a hand to help people up the stairs as they approach.
Okay,
That'll be my turn.
you got it. Next up on the initiative, Flynn.
Does it still seem like it's chasing me?
It seems like it's coming after you, yeah.
How far around this ring that we're on would it take for me to get back to the group? Is it going to take a lot?
It would take a couple
minutes?
rounds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I think, and if I were to turn around now and run back to the group, is there a way to run around this giant that it wouldn't be able to hit me? I can stay out of his range. Is it big enough for the platform?
It's right at the thing is, in order to get from one platform to another, you need the stairs. And it's still really close to the stairs. So you'd
Okay.
be running directly at it.
Okay,
if you wanted
then
to.
I will continue running and just coaxing it. I'll use my movement to move farther away, and I'll use my action to just scream at it.
Okay.
Come on, you idiot! Come this way! And that's what I'll do. I'll just yell at it.
All right. Shreya.
I am going to continue leading the family closer to the steps and just kind of as I'm just encouraging them to stay behind me as we make our way up the stairs toward the exit.
Okay, and you guys all dash?
Yes, as
Okay.
much movement as we can use.
As you guys dash, you guys just meet Olma at the mouth of this opening.
I'm patting each of them on the back as I'm hoisting them up onto these stairs.
Okay, next up, the fire giant. Realizing that it's not really catching up to Flynn,
Yeah.
it is going to... Yeah, it's going to look around and look at all of these giant shards of metal on the ground, and it's going to look over and grab at one that's It's like just this chunk of unrefined metal, and as it picks it up, it bursts into flames.
This is bad.
And it's going to rear back and chuck it at both
This is
you
very, very
and the
bad.
horse.
Do you think it
was
might
on my-
be bad?
Is this my held act? Can I use my
This
held
is
action?
your held action.
Ooh, maybe
Yes.
this will mess up his. Yes.
So, because my goal was to distract it if it tried to attack.
Mhm.
My goal was to distract it if it tried to attack Flynn.
Okay. Okay.
Rip.
Critical fail.
It's all right.
Also
Misses.
fail.
Wild magic.
6.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
All right. Flynn, this
bring it.
huge flaming chunk of metal is hurled at you, and you are still on the horse, right?
Yeah. Do I just use my AC?
Yes. So
Okay.
you would use your AC.
Sure. I don't know how mounted combat works, but it does it hits me first, right? It'll take hit points from me.
I'm not sure.
Like the horse. I think that's how it works. It'll
I don't
damage
know.
my hit points before killing the horse.
Do we know where my warbling mass went?
Into the baby cage.
Not a terrible question.
I'm going to roll a d6.
Oh, actually.
I'm going to roll a d6 and see where it went. What's in that direction? It went off to the side and sort of hit some pots and pans as it explodes.
Clang,
Okay, I'm going to say that it's your AC that
Okay.
it's going against.
and my HP.
And then and your HP.
Okay.
Actually, since it's a giant thing, it'll be your AC, since your AC is probably higher than the horse's. And then you guys are both going to be taking.
Oh, so
damage.
okay, that's not good. That's not good then.
The horse dies instantly, but
Is it a crit?
You want to come see what it is? It's a natural 20.
How much was it originally right there?
It was 27,
Okay.
and then it's going to be plus.
Oh, the max.
Mm-hmm.
you're a fighter, right? You've got this.
Second wind and stuff like that, yeah.
Second one's like a reaction, like to just or a bonus action.
Plus 29.
He's fine.
What's the total?
29,
20,
40,
46, right?
40.
55.
So this bludgeoning rock hits me and the horse, and I fly off it. Land on the ground unconscious.
How's the horse looking?
Oh, the horse is dead. The horse is no more.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got me.
And then it's going to use the rest of its movement to walk up to the cradle. Olma.
Can I see Flynn from where I am? I'm so
Yes,
far away.
you would be able to.
I turn to look at Kellic. And I shake my head and then I run and dash towards Flynn.
You can say it now.
I don't say anything. I just run past him. I shove him out of the way as I run.
You make your way 60 feet. All right, Kellic.
I'm right on her tail. I'm gonna follow her down the stairs, and I'm going to. All right, I'm going to. Conceso. I gotta get out of here. All right. And I'm gonna cast Healing Word at 3rd level on Flynn.
Am I within?
Are you dashing towards Flynn?
It's a 60-foot range.
Well, I think I might be
Can I get
farther.
within that?
You'll be able to get there.
Is that within 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
And Grave Cleric Life. So it's 12 plus 5,
Jeez.
17 hit points.
Holy crap. Okay. Yeah.
Get out of there, Flynn! No!
All right, I'm coming.
Fucking Penelope.
all right. Flynn.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Oh, it's my turn. I mean, I have. can't run very far. I can run. I'm half speed because of exhaustion. So
Yes, you are.
I can move like 20 if I dash. 20 feet. I will move 20 feet closer to the group. Yeah. And just like looking to the group and like, I'm coming! It's like holding my side and like limping.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll get hit by another rock. But yeah, I'll second win for sure. So I heal 10 more hit points. So
Okay.
it's pretty decent. I think I'm just like bloodied now. It's a step up from being dead. So
Shreya.
In one fluid motion, my concentration just like this like electric mass of like this cloud starts to emerge out of my eyes and around my head as like the space around me slowly starts to expand as I kind of crazily just etch myself back into Aarakocra, and I swiftly turn over to the family and be like, "There's nothing to fear. Stay here." As I immediately like staff forward, just kick off and like die like swan dive. No, I'm not a swan. Just flight dive toward Flynn with like arms outstretched, and use my 50 feet of flying speed.
do you have an action to dash too?
I don't think I can dash.
How do you, is it a bonus action to drop your wild shape, or is
Yeah,
it
what's wild shape? Is it an
That is a
action or
bonus action.
bonus action?
To drop
So you'd
it?
be
Yeah.
able to get to him if you wanted
An
to
action dash.
dash.
I will dash.
yes?
Yeah. you'd
I
be
don't
able to
think
get
I
to
can
him.
scoop him up, though.
No, that would be
Yeah,
an action.
That'd be my whole action to get there.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's huge.
Next up, the family's just gonna hide out in the cavern up here.
Yeah.
Good.
That's what they're gonna do.
Hopefully there's not like 7 hook horrors in there.
No, just 4.
Just 4, yeah, just 4.
Next
Auric
up,
seems pretty strong. He's got it.
He's got a dagger, right?
the fire giant is going to go over to the cradle, and it's gonna see that the acid is no longer dripping on its baby. It's gonna reach down to this pile of metal and throw 2 massive hunks of metal towards you guys, just indiscriminately.
It's fine.
So
at,
I'm
at,
just
at
gonna-
us, or at are you gonna roll to see who it goes
at
at?
It's baby.
At you guys.
At
Yeah,
babies.
at its children.
It's like, stop crying. You're fine.
That was his plan.
Okay, so the first one, Kellic, a mass of flaming metal.
I'm sorry,
comes
just
towards
a reminder, this is baned.
Oh yeah.
It is still banned.
This
Good
is
call.
baned, so
Good call.
yeah.
It is still banned. Thank you. Yeah.
you. So that is
Unless
I don't know what that does for a critical hit.
I think
no,
it just.
I haven't used any other concentration. So
Yeah,
yeah.
crit still crits. I think.
that was another 4 on the bane.
You're looking out for me.
Yes.
But it's got a
Oh, geez.
Insane.
stupid to hit.
Yeah.
So that's still going to be oh my god, the math.
Right?
That's still going to be 22.
That'll hit.
Jeez.
I keep my concentration on the bane.
That is huge for the next drop throw.
That's going to be okay, pretty low. Going to be
40.
14 bludgeoning
Nice.
Okay.
plus 4 fire.
Okay.
The next mass of metal is going towards Shreya,
Who's airborne still, right? I
Who
haven't
is-
scooped down.
who is airborne.
Oh, I thought you were like on like next to me now. Did he get to me? He's
Yeah,
sitting.
Yeah,
I
up.
well,
haven't had
he's,
the
like,
action to be able
Hovering above.
You're right above me. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's going to be.
Did it hit?
Oh, I didn't even roll
We
the hit.
don't know
Yeah.
yet.
He rolled damage.
That's a natural 1, so it doesn't matter.
God.
I'm harder to hit.
Yeah,
Nice.
that definitely doesn't.
Negative
a
4.
10. Okay, yeah, that second one goes right past your head.
The table's now on fire, though.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh yeah, just smashes right into the table, puts a huge dent into it. Okay, that's going to be its turn. Next up on the initiative, Oma.
Now that it seems like everybody's up and moving and we're all going to be better, I'm going to run back.
Okay. You make your way up and back towards the family.
Mm-hmm. I actually only want to go... I don't want to use my dash.
Okay.
So I want to just use my 30 feet and... hold another... something. Question.
Yes.
The flames on its head,
Mm-hmm.
are they natural flames or are they magical flames?
They're a magical flame.
You know where this is going?
Never mind.
Oh.
I can only control magical flames.
Yeah, I'm going to say they're magical flames. I mean, that makes sense to
It's
me.
like an innate thing of their being. They're
Yes.
magical creatures. That makes sense.
Fine.
But they
That
clearly
was
got
so
it since
cool to
birth.
just put its hair out.
You
Give me a better haircut. How dare you?
This fire giant's just terribly vain.
That's what I was gonna do, but now I can't.
Or put the forge out.
The forge is also a magical flame, though. So it's all magical flame. I'm guessing in here, yeah. Yeah. Pull my hands together and hold another chaos bolt, just in case it starts running or throwing anything at it starts attacking any of us. To
Okay.
try to distract it in some way.
Gotcha. Okay. Kellic.
Fire's getting flat. I'm gonna try this once more. Flex the muscles in my arm. Desichi! And I'm gonna try and Rave Enfeeblement again.
Nice.
I think it's like the same roll, dude.
Slightly worse, actually.
15.
Yeah, it does not hit.
Yeah. It's just not happening. All right. I'm going to ruefully look to Flynn and Shreya and just turn and use my movement to get to the stairs.
Okay. Flynn.
How far away is the giant from us?
From you guys, it is about 35 feet.
I mean, all I can think to do is just grab on and just wait. But I'm trying to think if there's anything to do. Yeah, I mean, I can't move fast, so I'll just grab on. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab on.
Okay.
Grab on for dear life. Shreya, let's get out of here!
All right, Shreya. Picking him up?
Yeah, I'm picking him up, and we're gonna
Actually-
immediately get as far away from the floor as we can as we head toward where the family is at. I imagine my action is to pick him up,
Yes.
so that's gonna be just 50 feet.
My
of-
understanding, could I have used my turn to get on him? Or like
probably
grab
help,
his legs
but-
so he could just go? That was what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I'll say
Okay.
I'll say that.
I just grab his legs and then I
So
say,
you don't
"Get
have to
out of
worry about anything picking him up.
Okay.
Now you have all
Um,
your movement and
And
stuff.
you
That's-
make it
That's still kind of a strain, though, to have to
Yeah.
because having him
Yeah,
like
so how
held
we
is
had
one
it-
thing.
how,
It's a different kind of drag, is all I'm saying.
it is. All right, if you only want to move 50 feet, I'll let you
There's
only
not
move 50
that. It's
feet.
just I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be a strength check or something, right?
It has been before, just because
So,
I'm only like
yeah,
30
the way
pounds.
the way when you
Oh,
pick
okay.
up Flynn, for the first 5 minutes, you don't have to make any sort of
Oh.
strength check, and then
Okay.
after that, it's a consecutively increasing strength check.
Then just get there.
Yeah, I'll just get there.
Let's
Just
do
get
it.
there.
Let's do it.
We could also
and
just
Kellic should be by
I
the
also moved
stairs.
up with
yeah.
That's right. Okay, you guys are up in the corridor. Family is still just hanging out. Fire giant.
How far away is it from this? It's pretty far, right? He's far away.
He's just
It's way
like
too
so far.
way too-
Can barely see it.
Yeah.
I mean, like in range of.
You guys are 65 feet away. Oma and Kellic are 65 feet away, which just barely imposes
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Okay. Disadvantage.
Okay, so he's going to throw two.
I'm gonna throw back. If he throws at us, I'm throwing at him.
Oh, the orb.
Okay.
Her.
She is throwing it at you. So do you want to? Why don't you roll yours first?
No, you can roll first.
Okay. Okay, so that is going to be at disadvantage
We're
plus the
essentially
bane.
we're rolling it at the same time though. We're
Yeah,
hitting
yeah,
it. They're gonna pass each other, and maybe they'll hit in the middle,
Yeah,
and then cause a
ricochet.
big firework in the center.
Plus
A bane.
bane. So for Kellic, 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Hit Kellic or hit me?
Hit me.
$23 points of bludgeoning
Okay, and
1 point of fire.
I'm still up. I'm
Let's
still
go.
up.
My turn.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna hit. That's 18 plus 6 to
That
hit.
hits, yeah.
I did just level 1. 10 points of acid damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
As the acid pours over this thing, 10 points of acid damage. Yeah, it melts some of its armor and melts a little bit of its armor away. You have to beat a 4.
8.
Okay.
Oh, it's getting there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have an explosion of almost stuff right now.
Okay. Olma, this next hunk of metal is coming towards you. So that's going to be at disadvantage with the Bane.
No, disadvantage because of.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
disadvantage because of the range.
Actually, no Bane. I
I thought
felt
you
my
already,
concentration.
you already rolled for it.
Not this turn. I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that is going to be, without the Bane, that is going to be 16 to hit.
That's my armor class.
Oh man.
Me to beats it, so that hits.
Oh no!
That
I mean,
Bane.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Really
I want her
unlucky.
to
Opposite reaction.
Should have lied.
That is 20 points
Of
of bludgeoning damage.
bludgeoning. Okay.
2 points of fire.
I take a deep breath as I get that fire damage and use my reaction to absorb elements.
Okay.
Spell two.
It's a reaction.
Spell.
Spell.
Spell slot?
Does that
Yes,
count?
it is. Does it count?
Hmm. It does.
On the same.
Anytime you use a spell slot. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
But I can still use it, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
you can still use
Okay.
it. Yeah.
So essentially, what is seen, because this has never happened before,
Nice.
is Oma feels the fire hit her. You see the sparks of red go all the way through her body, landing at her hands. And her hands are just kind of like burning red hot. And
You have to beat a 5.
it was cocked on
Okay.
a 5, so I'm going to re-roll that.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh.
11.
11. Okay.
My God.
Everyone is pretty much just at the exit. So you guys just
Hustling
all
out.
moving out.
Well, how big is this tunnel?
The tunnel is, you can see it's about 20 feet tall.
Uh-huh.
This thing had to sort of hunch over in order to get all the way through it. And it's about 15 feet wide.
Does it look destructible? And I like.
It looks like it's rock.
If I were to shake the wall, does it look like it's loose rock and it might crumble? Does it look like there's like support beams or anything that I can?
There are support beams, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see if I can do it. I will, as we're running through, I'll like limp over to one of the support beams and you see my tattoo glow. I tap the side of my knee and I'm going to stomp.
This is
over.
after we've moved past.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Once everyone's
Yeah.
in,
Just
of
wanna
course.
clarify.
Of course, of course.
Oh,
With
Once everyone's
Kellic and
in.
Oma still in the cavern.
Just under it, actually. And I will tap my knee and send a thunder wave right at the support beam.
Did
trying,
Try let you down?
trying to break it. Yeah,
Yeah, he would have.
we're
like,
in
let go.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Got it, got it,
I think
got it.
we're all in there now.
Yeah, you guys are all in the tunnel.
Yeah,
You are on the ground. You do this. I'm going to have you roll damage.
sure.
You don't have to roll the attack, just roll damage.
Ooh, that's good. 13 points of thunder damage.
13 points of
Yeah.
thunder damage. All right. As you just like rock this cavern, you can see the support beams at the top. The wood begins to splinter and break and actually shatters against itself as rocks come tumbling down and you cave in the cave behind you.
That should keep it at bay for a bit. Let's get out of here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Quickly!
Okay. As you guys continue running, you guys keep moving and moving and moving, and eventually you the cavern opens up once more, and this time it just opens up a little bit on your left, and you can see a much larger, not even room, just like a little outcropping in there with a pretty sizable pool of lava. And you guys keep running past that as there's really nowhere to go in that one. But eventually, you guys come across a wooden door on your left, built directly into the side of the rock here.
Is it like giant sized or is
It is not. It is your average sized door.
I like those odds. I'm gonna cast a quick mass healing word on the family. Not on the family, on my party.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna suggest that we go through that.
No need for me. I didn't take any damage.
Yeah, it's up to 6, so the 3 of us, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. And that'll be for each of us. That's 7 points. of
Okay.
healing.
Awesome.
Say that.
All right. I'll go check it out. I'll walk up to the door and try and open it.
Okay, it is open, and on the other side, you see just completely covered in dust, a couple of cupboards, a couple of beds lined up in a row, and a couple of tables in a room that is probably no more than 20 by 20.
Does it seem to be anyone on the beds or empty
No,
room?
there's no one in here.
All right, guys, I think it's safe. You can come in. We might be able to rest here. I don't know.
We just left the tunnel with the fire giant. You think it's safe here?
I collapsed. How collapsed did it look?
There was a lot of rock. There's a pretty decent amount of rock.
Maybe at least just sit here for a minute, catch our breath.
Sure. Could we see in the previous tunnel, like, if there was anywhere to progress to get out of here? Or is there...
It seemed like a pretty straight-on path.
Okay, and does this room lead anywhere, or is this a dead end?
This is just a room.
Let's keep going.
Do we want to catch our breaths first? I'll look to the family. How are they doing?
You look to the family, and the little girl, Val, she starts yawning. She is very tired. And the mother also, as you opened up into this room, she went over and she sat down on one of the beds.
All right, sure. Yeah, she should rest. You're right,
Yeah.
you're right. We do have to go soon, though.
Let's just take a
What
break.
do you think? Short? Just a moment?
Short break. And I'll kind of...
I look over at Kalik and I go, yes, that's a good idea. I can talk again.
Good to have you back. Try.
We need to set some ground rules about your animal form, Try. I don't know.
Could you understand us? I'm still not really sure if you could.
I can understand everything you say. It's just that communicating back is a little bit more difficult.
We'll have to come up with a system.
Asking for pretty basic stuff from you there, Shia.
Yes,
She's going to really use your input.
Let's come up with a system when we are completely out of danger.
Sounds good. All right, make yourselves as comfortable as you can. We're going to leave in a little while. Right? I don't know. I'm just gonna clean my clean the fiery soot off of me from this encounter as I sit down on one of the beds.
Okay.
I'm going to sit with my back against the door to feel any vibrations coming from the other side of the door. And use a few hit die.
All right.
I'll heal up too. I'm going to actually pull my bestiary out. But before I do, I'll stumble over to Kellic and kind of lean up against the bed or the chair that he's sitting on. Hey, thanks for your help out there.
Of course, then.
Sorry about your horse.
Yeah. We didn't know her very long, huh?
At least we got them out, and I'll motion over to the family.
It goes without saying that if they tried to come through this place by themselves, they would certainly have died.
Even though we had to deal with all that, I still consider this a win so far.
It's hard to say it that way after watching Flamin' Boulder hit Penelope, but
I know.
yeah, I agree. You know, we took what we were given and we did our best with it, and that's all we can hope to do.
Yeah. You got a little bit over here too.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Brush off his shoulder. Well, I'm gonna go sit for a bit. And you need anything, let me know.
Right. Be careful with playing the hero, Flynn. You're not at your strength. And if you go out on your own, we might lose more than a horse, you know?
I know. I'm so used to improvising, I don't know when to use reason. I'm learning.
And you did good, but, we need you.
It seems pretty apparent that I need you too. And Shreya. And Alma.
Yeah, we're short for allies in this.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'll see you in a bit. And I'll go sit down, and I would like to try and write stuff about fire giants into my bestiary. If I can do that.
Yeah.
And I'll spend that resting and doing that.
Okay. From the combat. Let me see. Yeah, from the combat that you witnessed, you got enough to write down
Oh, cool.
enough about the
Awesome.
fire giant.
Okay, I'll put that in there?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay, cool.
As I'm resting briefly and meditating and saying a prayer, you hear the word,
And say, on the other side, Penelope.
as I say a little prayer.
Okay. Are you guys taking a long rest here? Just for me?
Short rest.
Short rest?
I think short, yeah.
Yep.
Just a short, just to
Okay.
get a little bit of a breather, and we can try and find something farther away.
Okay. Olma, you are keeping watch. I'm going to have you make a perception check for me.
17.
17. Okay. You, after a couple minutes of sitting there, the rumbling from back where you guys came from subsides. And you don't feel any sort of vibrations or anything coming from that direction. You do hear, after about 5 minutes of sitting there, you think you hear someone walking outside.
I'm going to put my ear up against the door.
Okay. Very distinct footsteps just walking past the door. About humanoid sized. Seems to be one person. No heavy footfall.
Does it sound fairly, regularly timed?
Yeah, and it seems to be going at a somewhat quickened pace. Not running, but sort of like a fast walk.
Can I peek out the door?
Yes, you can. And as you peek out the door, just as you look, you see a figure walking away from you. About 6 feet tall, but right as you peek out, you see the back of them flip up a hood. And as soon as the hood comes up over their head, completely disappear.
Okay.
What?
Fun. Cool.
Yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
No problem. Not a concern. Out of sight, out of mind. That's what I say.
Just a quick question. Do we heal? Do you want me to roll my hit dice? Or
Yes, yeah. If you want to take that
So
short
sure.
rest, take whatever
Okay.
effect the short rest has.
Does the robe look familiar?
It is a dark purple.
Does the robe look familiar?
Not in any particular markings. It's a dark purple robe. If you've seen a dark purple robe before, it might remind you of that. But there's no distinguishing
But the
features.
back of this person's head doesn't remind me of anything that I saw in that other realm place where we were looking through what was happening
With Hayfried.
with Hayfried. Yeah,
No,
just unrelated person walking.
possibly. You don't recognize that person directly from what you saw in the orb.
Okay, then I will clock it.
Okay.
And I will quietly shut the door and keep listening to hear if I hear it walk back this way.
Okay.
Just keep track of how many times it passes if I hear it anymore.
Gotcha. And over the course of sitting there, you do not hear it any more times.
Okay.
Okay. You guys finish your short rest.
I want to go over to is Val the mother?
Yes.
I just
Or,
want
I'm
to.
sorry. Val's is the daughter.
Val's the daughter. Okay, I want to go over to Dora.
Dura.
And just check on her. See that she's holding up okay with all the excitement.
Okay.
And if I can, just check on the baby's health.
She's breathing pretty deeply, and then she begins to sign some things with her hands.
I gotta save the spell slot.
Do I notice?
She's communicating with Kellic. You wouldn't have particularly noticed. No.
I just hold up a hand, empathetically and with a distressed look, and just sort of tenderly like reach to her stomach without making contact, and just sort of indicate that I just want to like see how she's doing.
Okay, make a medicine check for me.
It's going to be 16.
16. A bit of excitement, an elevated heart rate. Doesn't seem to have made any complications with pregnancy or her overall health or the health of the baby.
I'm gonna take out my flask of just water and just make sure she's getting hydrated and is like comfortable where she's sitting.
Okay.
And I as much as I can just try to convey like calmness to her with like a firm hand on her shoulder and a steely gaze.
Okay. She seems to acknowledge it and put a hand back on your shoulder.
I'll get you through this.
Okay. Is there anything anyone else wants to do?
Mm-mm.
Okay. You guys leave this little room, feeling a little bit more rested than before, and you guys continue on down this corridor. And as you guys travel down, you notice another break in the pathway. This time, 5 different paths
Great.
in front of you.
Awesome.
2 of them, unmarked, go directly down, almost at a 45-degree angle down into the ground. The one to the right of that has a banner hanging from it that, just like before, has an anvil, a little painting of an anvil on it. The one to the right of that, once again, this time it seems to be going up, but once again, unmarked. And then the one beyond that has 2 crowns.
I don't know. I thought the crowns were bad, but that was pretty bad.
I suppose there could be danger any one of these paths.
Can we just ask Thaddeus if he knows what any of these signs are? We should have done that the first time.
Oh, okay. I'll go to
He's traveled these worlds a lot. He might know.
Yes, unfortunately, my judgment was not the best when I was just using my nose.
But we don't know what was down the other path, Shreya. This might have been the better of 2 bad scenarios.
I'll pull out Thaddeus and turn him on for 10 minutes.
Hello.
Hey. We're in a predicament.
I love predicaments.
Not this one, Thaddeus. Not this one.
I'll hold his head up to the doors or the hallways, all the hallways, and so he sees the symbols. We're trying to find our way out of this cave.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts?
Can I take a look at just give me 1 moment. And the light behind his eyes fades back. And then it comes back and the purple glow reemerges from his eyes. I wouldn't take the one on the right. Those crowns, I've seen those once before, and but I didn't enjoy the company that came with them. I would say the one with the anvil is probably the best shot. Anvil's obviously very closely associated with dwarves. So if you guys are looking for any sort of dwarven settlement, I would assume that that's probably where that goes. And then dwarves, I know, at least in this region, when mining, they keep all this stuff in their head pretty well. So they don't need a lot of signage and things like that. So in my mind, the one that's labeled with the anvil is probably back towards the surface, whereas anything else sort of goes down into the deeper mines and tunnels. That's what I would assume.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Yeah, of course. You guys need anything else?
That's a huge help, Thaddeus. What do you mean about the 2 crowns not being the company you'd like to keep? Can you be any more specific?
Yeah, so the group that I was traveling with, we had to sort of be emissaries for a group that was up on the surface trying to connect with some of the underground settlements from down underneath Kaldor. And you'd be surprised, there are many just miles and miles of tunnels and underground networks and these civilizations here. But they're not too keen on outsiders most of the time. They like to keep to themselves. They've had some bad experiences with people from the surface coming down and trying to mess with what they've got going, which is what they thought we were doing. Even though we were trying to bring a message of peace, we were greeted with mostly swords and arrows. So that's sort of been my experience.
All right.
And these were the 2 crowns were what we're following in order to get to these people.
Right. Yeah. Fair enough. Thanks.
Of course.
It's nice to have a compass and all this.
At the mention of compass, I'll look at Thaddeus and kind of like more hushed as I'm like putting him back on my bag. Last time we talked, I was dealing with stuff. Your input's always appreciated.
I appreciate your appreciation.
Okay. Well,
All right, is that it?
That'll do.
All right, well,
I'll hook you on there. You can watch us walk if you see
that would
anything.
be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I'll keep you out, and then maybe we'll turn you back on whenever we get out of here.
Perfect.
If.
All right.
All right. And we will.
If I fingers,
He's
I cross
joking.
them.
He's joking. I turn to
Oh, right.
It's just.
You can see the
kinda-
dad is covering the
Yeah,
stairs.
yeah.
It's not a. Yes, but we're gonna be fine. Everything's all right.
Yeah. And I will.
Then I guess I'll see you guys topside.
You will.
Okay.
And we will head up the amble path.
All right. So you guys travel up the path with the anvil. And after a little bit of travel, you guys can start getting a little bit more fresh air in your lungs. The ash from the previous couple rooms is starting to dissipate. And eventually you guys come across another opening. It seems to be two more tunnels on either side of you, though both of them caved in, whether it be intentional or just over time. Both of them clearly caved in with rocks. But one of them, the cave in, is a little bit further down the line. And in that hallway, before the cave in, there is a gate right at the beginning of this hallway. And within that gate, you guys see 3 giant spiders. And on top of those giant spiders, you guys see leather straps wrapped around their torsos.
Do they look similar to the people that I saw?
They look exactly the same, in the exact same fashion.
Looking at them again, do they look? How do their features differ from Kellic?
Wait, are there people on?
Oh, I'm sorry, there are not people there.
They're just dormant spiders. With,
okay.
with
They're
some kind of saddle.
spiders.
But the
with-
saddles and stuff look like that.
They
Okay,
look
but there's
exactly
no people.
like
Okay, cool.
before. No people.
Cool.
And yeah, once again, it looks like there are these straps around them as if you could just strap a saddle right on top.
Yeah.
Great. So, it's like a stable, essentially. Cool.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool stable for giant spiders. That seems legit.
And this is the only 2 paths, so there's no other way.
There is the continuing path forward, but that's where it diverged.
Okay.
Both of them caved in, one of them being the spider stable.
Cool. Spider stable. Rad. That seems.
And lastly, as you guys continue on down the hall, on either side of you, last thing you see 2 drow sitting there on either side of the hallway, throat slit and
What?
blood poured
What?
down their body.
No.
Wait.
No.
I will turn to the family and motion to the dad, like, to go back.
At this point, the dad has his
So
hand
the
over
kid doesn't
the
see, and I'll
girl's
say,
eyes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Just wait back in the hall. We'll figure this out. Kellic. And I'll motion.
What is this, man?
I have no idea. These are the people I'm looking like.
These were the people that you saw.
These are the people that I saw that were like related to this crown thing when I went down with Balin into that cave. They look like this. They were much more alive.
Oh.
They were running from the hook horrors, if I remember right. But the spiders seem to be their mounts, like horses almost.
These 2 bodies are on either side of the hall we're going down.
Are they just like slumped on the?
Yes. So you guys were coming up the hallway.
Uh-huh.
There was the stable with the spiders sort of on your right, and then continuing on in that hallway is where they were slumped down.
And they're
Can
just
I-
up against the wall.
Just
Okay.
Can I
sitting
look
against
at
the
one of the ones on the right
Mhm.
and just walk up to it and try and see what I can see? If there's any markings or anything.
wall. Okay.
Can I
Make an
help her
investigation.
with that.
Yeah, both of you guys can make an investigation check.
Horrible. I'm making up for all my good rolls last.
21.
21. So you look at both of these. They're both wearing lots of dark purple, though neither of them have the billowing cloak that you saw before. These 2 are wearing this leather armor that's been stained dark purple. And both of them on their chest, sort of right in the middle, the leather is branded with 2 overlapping crowns. You can see, actually, you also find both of them have these black daggers on their hip. They have a very similar black sword on the other side of their hip. And both of them have pouches of gold, if you would like to take those or leave them.
I'll take a look at the sword.
I'm gonna take them. I mean, they don't need them anymore.
Okay. The first one has 13 gold and 5 silver. And the other one has 16 gold and 2 silver.
Can you tell me about the second one again?
16 gold and 2 silver.
Doesn't seem like they need it anymore, so I'm gonna take it.
Okay. You can add that to your inventory.
Sheesh. Can I tell anything about the stabbing wound? The slit throat?
Yeah,
what it
make
was
a
done
medicine
with?
check for me.
Yeah.
Like, how old is it?
13.
13. Immediately, it's very fresh.
Mm.
Within the last half an hour, easily.
Oh,
As
jeez.
blood is even a little bit is still
Jeez.
coming out a little bit, hasn't all coagulated yet. You can see it's just poured down their clothes. And another thing that you notice, an interesting thing, is there's no sawing motion. It's one clean swipe on both of them. And one clean swipe and perfectly across the throat on both of them.
So, I saw somebody when we were in the room resting.
What? You saw someone?
Well, like the back of their head, and then they disappeared. But
All right.
it wasn't one of these people. So maybe they did this.
Yeah, it was done recently. Some kind of, somebody quick. And certainly they got the drop on these folks. They're not in any kind of, active pose. They're just standing here, probably standing guard.
Well, then they're probably already ahead of us, so it's probably fine.
Perhaps
But
we-
they did disappear. Like they had a cloak. And then when they put their hood up, I couldn't see them anymore.
The longer we're here, the longer they may discover us.
What do you mean you couldn't see them anymore?
I mean, they disappeared. They were gone.
They vanished.
I don't know. They put their hood up, and then I couldn't see them anymore.
Okay, right. So an unseen assailant who can cut a man's throat in a single stroke.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like if they were invisible, it's not like they had to worry about them seeing them, so it's not as hard to sneak up at that point.
Still, it takes a practiced hand to make this kind of wound. Somebody like Drek, for example.
But Drake is dead.
I know. I said for example. I'm going to close their eyes if their eyes are open. And just put my hand on their heart. Ex coco. And I'm gonna burn both bodies with Toll the Dead.
Okay.
While he's doing that, could I go up and take a look at the weapons?
Yeah, for sure.
Just wanted to see what they look like. Pick up one of the black. I'll pick up the sword and just take a look at it.
Yeah.
Like weigh its balance, swing it a little bit.
As you take it out of its sheath, a couple of things that you note on the hilt, on both of them, there is a golden spider,
Okay.
and then the blade itself is almost like this. Is almost like a giant piece of glass that's been chipped away at. Very sharp blade. Almost looks a little bit jagged, but it almost feels like this just super dense black glass. And same thing with the daggers, made of the same material.
I'll I want them. Think it's okay to take these?
They're not using them.
I'll take a dagger and a sword and I'll throw them in my backpack. Just stuff them in there.
I'll grab
Okay.
one of the daggers on the other
Okay.
person. Does it also have a gold?
Yes, all of them are sort of adorned with the same sort of stuff.
I can't take them where they're going. We're all the same at the end. And I just continued dissolving them into embers.
And then whenever he's done, I'll motion to the family. Whenever their gruesomeness has been disguised and discarded, I'll wave them up.
Okay. And they walk through, that father's hand still on his daughter's eyes.
Right. Really did not prepare for this. It's worth a shot. Cedo Oculus. I'm gonna use Eyes of the Grave to look ahead of us. Is there any undead within 60 feet?
No undead within 60 feet.
Didn't think so.
As- Are you going to let us know what the daggers do, or are they just standard
Oh,
1d4 or...
they are... Let me see.
Yeah, I guess, do they seem special?
As far as you could tell at the moment, these are +1 daggers. A +1 dagger, +1 swords.
Awesome. That's really awesome. Yeah.
All right. You guys continuing on? It's pretty
Yeah.
much a straight shot.
Yeah.
Might as
Okay.
well just keep
Grimly,
chugging.
just grimly soldiering on through this tunnel.
Okay.
Well, would I have been able to see the cut in the throat of the drow? Would I have been able to know if that's something these hook horrors can do, or is this definitely something a person with a...
From what you saw of the hook horrors, and especially since you wrote about them in
Yeah.
your book, you studied them a little bit. The hooks on their arms are not
like
this sharp.
yeah.
Like if they swing at you, they're going to pierce you, but they don't
Okay.
have the ability to have this slashing motion as precisely as this.
Cool. And then, yeah, so keep moving on.
Okay. All right. So as you guys head through this long tunnel, you all start to feel the effects as you guys are traveling well into the night. And after a bit of travel along this long, singular corridor, you look ahead and just are able to pick out a spot of moonlight that is hitting the ground ahead of you.
Oh. Maybe this will be over.
And as you guys make
as
your
we-
way to the exit,
Sorry, as we've been
Yeah.
walking, I've just begun to hum a soft melody to keep the spirits soothed. of our little band.
Okay. All right. And as you guys make your way to the exit, it completely opens up and you see around you the continuation of a forest on this mountainside. You can see above you a couple of dark clouds are just starting to loom overhead. Nothing to cover the sky completely, but just the beginnings of a possible storm. You guys look around, lots of trees, lots of wildlife, and you look down ahead of you and you can see it's probably going to be a while before you can actually get to the base of this mountain.
Well, at least we can breathe fresh air, eh?
Yes, it's wonderful to be outside again.
And I look as far as I can after the base of the mountain. Is there anything past that in the landscape?
Looking out beyond, just on the horizon, you can barely see the beginnings of, well, you can see sort of some light coming from the town of Direhand.
That's our mark.
But it looks like it's another couple hours travel.
Probably.
Right, you did pretty good in there.
All things considered, I suppose.
No, the rope was quick thinking. Good job.
Well, being of the originating species that is one with the air, I know how things can fall from it.
Right. Do we push on through the night? Should we make camp here?
I'm beat,
Yeah.
so yes, but I know we want to get somewhere safer, so it's up to you guys.
Alma?
Oh, now you want my opinion
For fuck's sake,
on
Alma.
what we should do?
For fuck's sake, Alma. No, I'm done with this, all right? You listen to me. The only reason we're going to help your friend who we don't know and who is probably a very dangerous person is because we're good people who do kind things for people, right? You want us to help you? Then you have to help others. That's the deal. That's the life you're in. That's the world we're looking out upon. And I just throw my arms out to the town of Direhand ahead of us. That's where we are. So you either commit to helping people or you don't get any more goodwill from me.
I did commit to helping people. I helped Flynn. And I helped Shreya with his stuff. And I've helped you. That doesn't mean I have to help every single person who walks by.
We can stroll up to the family, and
I might have met me under different circumstances, but my name is Shreya, and that's just one of the forms I can take. Sometimes I can make that form a little bit larger as well, but there's nothing to be afraid of, and it is quite a pleasure to meet, what were your names again?
My name is Orek. This is my wife, Dura, and my daughter, Val. It's a pleasure to meet you face to face this time.
Yes.
And the mother walks up to him and she signs a couple words, and he looks back and he signs a couple words back, and he turns to you and he says, I appreciate your help.
No problem. And in fact,
and I reach my hand up onto the crystal as a few little glowing sprouts start to come off the crystal and onto the staff, and I peel off these little glowing buds and hand them to the child.
For the child.
Thank you. And she runs up and grabs them.
And it's akin to a kind of little tiny viney kaleidoscope of patterns and glowing moss and sprouts. Nothing too druid craft. Nothing too serious.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, she's infatuated with this.
Very good.
I'm just sitting down, just tired physically, just tired mentally with the arguing and the fighting. I'm just sitting there waiting for these people to make a decision. I'm tired.
What are you guys doing?
Orek.
Yeah.
How are you? How are you, Ken? Here. Do you want to press on? We're pretty winded ourselves.
Being honest, I am probably faring a little bit better. I'm going to ask my wife and daughter how they're. And he goes over and he signs a couple words, and mother signs a couple words back, and he walks over and he says, I think some rest would be appreciated.
All right. Shia, do you want to, I'll look on the ground, you look in the sky, see if we can find somewhere safe?
Yes, find the most suitable spot at the mouth of this.
I look back.
Mine, cave, whatever it was we were just in.
All right. So with that, I'm going to have both of you either make a nature or perception check.
10.
Fucking 27.
27.
Jeez.
Man.
You find a cottage.
Fully outfitted.
Shrai, you look, it's tough to see through the trees. The trees start to get a little bit thicker the further out you go, and you're just not able to find anything. Kalik, you start walking around just a little bit, and you find a beautiful little outcropping with no trees, a little bit of grass in the middle, and you stand there and you think, yeah, this would be pretty good. And then you see invisible footsteps walking through the grass.
Are you kidding me?
And walking past the grass and into the tree line and down the mountain.
I just double take. Then I just hold my breath. Nope. I'm just gonna let him go. Just gonna let him go. Do I see any further signs of movement as they've passed, or is it as the movement
As they
stops?
move into the trees, you can see some leaves being affected by the footfall.
Okay, and are they headed toward Dire Hand?
They look like they're headed towards Dire Hand.
Okay. I'm just gonna let them go. I'm not messing with that. I'm not touching that
We're
stove.
also pretty tired.
Okay. All right. But with that, it seems that you found your camp for the night. Are you staying here?
Yeah, over here is probably as comfortable and safe as we can make it, and we'll take watches. And I'll start laying out bedroll and clearing out any debris.
All right. And Dura gets Val all situated, and she helps Oric, even though he tries to keep her from doing anything. She insists on helping him set up his bedroll, and they all seem to bed down for the night. So, with that, who is taking first watch?
I will. I'll take first watch.
Okay. Second watch? Shreya?
Yes.
Third watch? Flynn and Olma?
No, I'm going to take it by myself.
Okay.
Could I do one with Kellic?
Yeah, sure. You can take
Let's do that.
the first watch.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So, as Shreya and Olma then go to bed, Kellic and Flynn, you guys are awake, taking watch.
I just plop down next to Flynn at the edge of this camp. You know what? You know what's really nice, Flynn? I am not afraid that you're going to kill me right now.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Also, it's a nice night.
I'm glad to be out of that cave. Mind thing, I think Shreya called it.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the soot.
You would think that you would be with the way you sometimes cast spells.
In Helen, it's not that great. Otherwise, it has its purpose.
I'll make a note in my book. I'm tired. Not just today, not just these past few days. I know we talked a while back about Alma. About keeping her safe and making sure that we could keep her from harming and, for lack of a better word, raise her the right way. But I'm still kind of a kid too. I don't know what to do. And yes, I understand that this savior person is going to help her with her magic and help her control it, but she didn't use magic.
It's a lot to unpack there, Flynn. I'll say, I'm a bit older than you, and that feeling of not knowing anything. I keep hoping it'll go away. But it hasn't yet. And as far as magic or no magic, it's just about knowing yourself, I guess. It doesn't matter much to me how she finds her way. As long as she finds it. It's hard, I'm doing the best I can. Certainly not how I hoped it would go. But we made it out and kept all of them alive. It's as good as I could have hoped, probably.
Yeah.
But I am responsible for all of you.
You don't have to take that burden.
It's the thing I have the most control over, which is to say I have no control at all.
I look to the town. Well, that's not Oakenspire, but we're closer now. Maybe when we get there, maybe when we get this savior guy, maybe he'll have answers. I hope he does.
Hard to believe, right?
It's got to stay positive.
Yeah, he seems, he must be something else. To have warranted this kind of response from Caldor.
Yeah.
And, I trust Olma's judgment. I think he's probably alright. As far as a person. But every new box we open in this mess seems to just let loose another sea of horrors.
Just do what you've been doing. Take care of one horror at a time.
We do have to, we have to find the place where the rope connects us. We are struggling together, and I suspect that'll always be the case, but I do hope we can establish some kind of common ground, some kind of mutual intent. So I can't let this stuff go. It's not in me to. I don't know. I need to help people. Because if I don't, then there's no place for me in the world. That's where I fit.
I think people will always need your help. I'll always need your help. Don't tell anyone I said that.
I think everyone knows, Flynn. I appreciate it.
Hopefully I can help you someday.
Oh, you help me plenty. It's not about that. If we're not repairing things, then we may as well be just running a boat, spinning our wheels.
I think we're figuring it out. I think today was not all of a loss. We did help someone. We helped 3 people.
A good thing.
Yeah.
A good day. Feels awful.
I feel awful. And I groan. Ugh.
But we did good, and we're that much closer to our goal to save Xavier, and then hopefully Xavier can lead us somewhere with this Red Wolf business. And I stopped the falling storm, and maybe by doing so, the war? I don't think they're directly connected, but from what Hayfried said, sounds like the Red Wolf cult is fanning the flames.
Yeah. Man, I just thought I was going to go out and have adventures. I didn't expect all of this.
There's no adventure without challenge.
Finding that out. But leads to a great story. Hopefully, we make it out of here to tell it.
Speaking of, I did notice our invisible friend, Alma was speaking of.
Wait.
Yeah, they walked past us. Or me. But probably us by extension.
Are they still around? I guess you don't really know.
I saw them move on through the trees over there. Over yonder. And I think they're headed to Dire Hand, so should keep our eyes peeled for
A purple cloak?
impressions on the ground.
Yeah. It's one more thing to keep an eye out for.
Can't imagine. Makes me wish Alma still had her third one.
Who knows? Maybe it'll grow back.
It's possible.
All right. Well, I always appreciate talking to you.
Likewise.
We'll figure it out. Now I'm going to go sleep for a long time because I'm tired.
If you wouldn't mind just, I'm gonna patrol this way and you just take a look over there
Sure.
for you.
I'll get up and I'll kind of mosey on around, give a little bit of a watch before I head to bed.
And as you start looking around, you hear off in the distance just a low rumbling of thunder as the clouds overhead get a little bit more.
Oh, that detail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have both of you guys
Like a
make
good book.
yeah. The clouds get more. I'm gonna have both of you guys make a perception check.
Sure. I'm at disadvantage. Yeah.
Yes, you are.
21.
I got a 16. Yeah, 16.
For both of you. This campground seems very secure. Even from your look earlier, you thought that this was a great place to camp out. From your current patrol, you guys are solid of that assumption. And you guys go to bed comfortable.
Before I pass out, as I'm lying on the ground, I just draw 3 rings in the dirt. And then I just smack it with my hand. Roll over.
Try, you're taking second watch, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. You wake up and you see who also has gotten up and is sitting up in his cot is Orek, who's sitting there and seems to just be looking around.
I approach Oric. None of his other family members are awake, correct?
They're fast asleep.
Oric, fancy a walk with me around the perimeter of camp?
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't hurt.
Right.
You lead the way.
Take him around the first point of the perimeter.
What's it like having a family? For one that you can depend on, count on? Is it always a burden, or are there moments of joy and belonging?
No, I'd say most of it's joy. Even the anger and frustration is joy.
Sounds like a life I might have led at one point, but have largely been away from. I could tell in my altered state, that your family is very close, and I take a second and sort of lean into my staff. You all are very, have a great care for each other. How old is your youngest?
She's almost 3.
And where do you hail from originally?
Well, we had a farm up north just outside of Angel View before they came and took it. I assume now we're going to be planting roots in Dire Hand.
And I lean my neck back toward the cave.
Who's they?
Soldiers came through and they need more food for the soldiers on the war front. We had a particularly fruitful season, and our farm was needed to help the war effort. And we were pushed out.
Is that in this part of the world, would you call it the law of the land? That any resources that need be kept by the war effort be taken?
Yeah, it's for country. It's our duty. My personal feelings about it really have no sway.
And yet someone as dutiful to your country is still not permitted to travel through it freely.
Not when you don't have proper documentation. We were pushed out rather quick. We couldn't take everything with us, and some things fell through the cracks.
I look out across the land.
These feeble boundaries that the great civilizations of the world put along the land.
Be careful how you speak. These laws keep people in order.
I usually only ask this to what you might consider the lesser beings of the land, like, well, the horse that we lost back there in the cave. But have you ever thought of a life beyond the bounds of this structured and organized world that, well, I suppose it's the only world you've ever known?
Are you talking about a life beyond the laws that keep things from happening, like what happened back there?
Or just beyond the laws of this country, Kaldur. Pronunciations sometimes get away from me when it comes to names of things.
Without the order of Kaldur, our world descends into chaos, and I am happy to pay any price to keep my daughter safe from things like that.
And what have you known of the chaos that it could fall into? Have you known of, beyond our recent experience back there, what is your familiarity with such chaos?
I know more than most. I know when the war first started and every soldier and town guard was taken up to the war front. Many places were left unguarded and without law, and bandits roamed free. And my brothers were killed. Yes, that's the kind of chaos I know.
A very terrifying place to be. My condolences for your fallen brethren. I too know what it's like to have my homeland encroached upon. Though unfortunately, based on my own knowledge of the land around, it may have been your countrymen who encroached upon my homeland. All this to say, I think all the beings in this world are just trying to make their way the best they can. Live in the places that are familiar to them. Try to make a life for themselves. Do you agree with the way that the Kaldurians have been pushing outside the bounds of their native land?
Yeah, I think it's necessary.
You believe in the mission of the, I think you call them the new gods?
When the old gods died, it became our duty to do whatever we could to help the new gods have whatever control they needed over this world. in order to make it a better place. When you have people who push back against that and hold on to ideas of the past that are no longer relevant, you end up hurting everyone.
Just take care that in the hand you extend to protect does not at the same time bludgeon the very innocent that you wish to preserve.
And I lean back on my staff as we round the last corner of the perimeter.
I think I'm going to dip back into my meditation.
All right. So you and Auric fall back asleep. As Olma, you wake up, and just at the beginning of your watch, you realize how late you guys actually went to bed. As just at the start of your watch, you can see with the storm clouds overhead just reaching out towards the horizon, you can just see in that tiny sliver between the horizon line and the clouds, a sun beginning to rise. And that is where we're going to end this session. I call it right there.
I got my long rest in, right?
You did. Yes, you did. You did.
The point is, we got a long rest.
The point is, you guys all got a long rest.
Technically not yet. Technically, I'm the only one who's finished it.
That is correct. Actually, yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Good point.
We will
Good point.
rest in the next
See
episode.
if
Yes.
any more of us.
You
We
shall
will see if
We
we
shall
get
see.
to rest.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, with that, we're going to end right there. Thank you all so much for listening, and we can't wait to see y'all again next week. Bye, nerds.
Bye,
nerds.
nerds. Hi, everyone. It's Rebecca. I play Oma Mars, Conventure 4th. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you really liked that episode. This is, like I say all the time, our favorite thing to do. So we're so happy that you're sticking it out with us. I don't know where you listen to us, but we are on all of the podcast platforms, and we would love it if you could subscribe or leave us a review. Those really do matter in getting more listeners and other people to come hang out with us as well. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye, nerds.